Andrea Mercier, aka Anlum, and welcome to my studio. This is a new setup that I have created for when I'm doing bigger pieces that don't fit on my desk. Thankfully, you can't see my face. Unfortunately, you get to see my crappy studio clothes. I will forever be jealous of Barb Owen. She always looks fantastic on camera. But that's not going to happen for me, I don't think. So this piece is 12 inches by 24. It was an experiment that I did, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. The blue you see was a painting I tried to do underneath it. It didn't work out, so I did kind of this collage-y, abstract-y thing on top, thinking it was going to be a background for something, and I hate it. So we'll see what happens. Dry. There's a few spots where the paint was coming up, so I'll do another very light layer. So this is supposed to be a representation of rain. That's what this is supposed to be. I really like this new spot because I was able to slide it over here and work on it sideways. So I have 2 directions, which makes me really happy. I like that. Okay, so I'll let this dry and then we will come back and do the next layer. Talk later. Bye. Hi, I'm back. So this has dried. The only thing I've noticed is there's a few places where the under color, that greenish color is showing through. So I'm now going to put a second layer on with the same blues, the same method in fast forward. So as discussed in the first part, this is supposed to represent rain. So I'm going to let this dry. I'm not worried about the edges too much because I'm going to come around with my trusty sea sponge and I will darken the edge. But this looks better because I can't see any of the paper from underneath. Stop playing with it. I just want to keep smoothing it, but no one says it has to be smooth. Nowhere do the rules say it has to be smooth. So I'm going to let this dry. It always takes longer to dry when you add the gel gloss, but if you just leave it, it will dry in about 2 hours, I guess. It'll be good, and then we'll come back and we'll do the focal piece. See you soon. Okay, I'm back. So this has dried and I put on a coat of the Liquitex, I have to get used to this camera, the Liquitex Gloss Medium to protect it. And now I'm going to add my focal point. And I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about 2/3 in art, the golden triangle, the golden spiral, many of the like the Fibonacci numbers, stuff like that is all based on 2/3, and apparently it is more pleasing to the eye if things aren't in the middle, but they're 2/3. So this is a 24-inch canvas, so 2/3 is actually the length of this 16 inches. I just want to turn it this way because I think that's the way I want it to go. Yes, that's the way I want it to go. So I want my focal point to be here. And so this is my focal point. I'm just trying to decide where it's going to go. I can paint, I can't draw. I can't. For me to freehand an umbrella would be very painful. So I'm going to, so this is going to be like a little umbrella. And then I'm going to have some rain and a little bit of sparklies. So right there. So you can see how if it was here, right in the middle, it doesn't do anything for it. Or if it's too high, but right here, around 2/3. I'll put a link in the description to another video that talks about 2/3. Actually, I think Cinnamon has a video. I'll link you to Cinnamon's video. Her videos are usually very good and are well thought out, and she speaks well. This is a paint pen. The outline of my umbrella is going to be black anyways, so I'm not too worried about it, but I just wanted to trace around this cardboard template to give me somewhere to start. There we go. Okay, so I flipped it around so I'm working closer to me. So this will be upside down. So that means the highlight will be here and it'll be darker here. I have 2 shades of yellow and 3 shades of orange that I'm going to be using to make this. I have some palette paper off camera. I have some brushes and I have some water and my ever trusty wipes. Get one of those out. Always need a wipe. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is get some yellow down. Start blocking the blue. I'm noticing that gloss finish is really bouncing the lights. My apologies. There we go. So, because this is very slippery because it's the gloss medium, I wanted it to be shiny because it's supposed to represent rain. But that's making the paint slide very easily. So this yellow is to block the blue, the first coat to block the blue, and to actually give it a little bit of tooth for the next layers that I'm going to go on top to blend. So I'll see you soon. Alright, here we are. The first coat of yellow is dry. So I'm now going to start putting on more coats of yellow, and I'm going to start blending it with the orange. So we got a little bit of a dark orange down here, a little bit of a lighter orange up here. We're going to let this dry, and we're going to come back and do the detail highlight and a little bit more dark around the edge here to block out that very last bit of blue. Then we're going to put some lines in. We're getting there. put down a coat of the dark orange. I didn't like the way it was looking. It wasn't dark enough. So I've made up a glaze with some cadmium red light and some matte medium. And I'm going to use this orangey red to make the shadows. All right. Going to wait for this part here to dry a little bit so I can add a little bit more of the red to it to darken it. In the meantime, I'm going to add a little bit of yellow up here just to brighten it for the highlight with some glaze, with some of the matte medium. That's pretty blended. Well, for me, that's pretty blended. I'm very, very happy with that. Once I put the lines down, I'll come back and darken around the lines a little bit. There we go. We have a handle. That was super stressful. Hi everybody, I'm back. This is now dried. I noticed when I was editing the first part of the video that you can't really see. I don't know if you can see that this goes from red to orange to yellow. It's actually really cool, but I'm not seeing it on the monitor. I might have to rethink this setup. I'm finding that you're not getting a really good view. My hands seem to get in the way, and the lights overhead seem to be like they're casting shadows. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. We'll work on it. At any rate, this goes from a really nice deep reddish orange to light orange to yellow orange. It looks fabulous in person. So the next thing I have to do is create the umbrella lines. So I'm just going to use my cardboard template that I used before, and I'm going to draw those lines in. I don't really want it to be a straight line. I want it to be mildly curved. Alright, I have created a curve. A very, very gentle curve. It just didn't look right with a straight line, but I think it'll be fine with this curve. That was really stressful. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint in the handle. And then it can all dry at the same time. Getting there. So next is going to be, highlighting this side of the line and darkening this side of the line, and highlighting and darkening, and then finding some way of just putting a little bit of a highlight on here whether I should actually put some rain on top of here, but it's supposed to be whimsical, so I'm not really going for reality. So after the umbrella is done, I think the umbrella will be done. It's just my thoughts. Okay, this is dry. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just, with a glaze, darken this side of the line to put it in shadow. And then we're going to highlight the other side. I might even put a little bit of streak of red in here to make it look like the fold. Alright. I don't know if you can see that. It's so hard to tell in the monitor. But I've added dark here, and I added a little line of dark there to make it look like the fold of the fabric when it folds in, and a little bit of dark here and a little bit of a fold. So I'm going to let this dry because the glaze takes a while to dry, and then we're going to do some highlights. I've decided to let Line Dogs lay. I don't want to screw this up, so I went in and I just put a tiny little highlight on the handle, and I've decided to leave it. This is my Whimsical umbrella. I really like the way it turned out. I'm going to sign it and just use my sponge around the edge to darken the edge so it doesn't have to be framed. And that's it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can follow me on my artful journey. I really appreciate you guys coming along for this. It makes it all worthwhile. I am going to rethink the way that this is set up so that you can get a better view when I'm working on larger pieces. So the next time it'll be a different setup and we'll see if we can do it better for you. I'll see you later. Bye!